就在这附近了。
So, not a video game, right? You're wrong. This here's actually another brand new Unreal Engine 5 photorealistic project that's said to be made for up to 8K resolution, something here called Secluded Orchid. Anyway, you gotta see this thing, so long story short, this project here is a collection of 5,000 images that's recorded with one of the best cameras in the world, apparently soon, delivering something like a 2-hour technical demo. Just take a look first.
朱砂磨面。这不是法相金山，明镜琉璃，所有线索都指向这里。陈远应该也发现了什么。 哎，等等！操！下雨了，得赶紧上去。啊，有蛇！
Coming from the Korean developers Nixon, at number 2 we have Project V, or something called Impressionante Project V. This is a Souls-like action RPG semi-open world hacking slasher that's quite a bit in the same style of the upcoming Black Myth game. However, between the two, this one seems to be quite modern in gameplay, mixing samurai fights with mythical beasts and weapons. I mean, there is some technology going on here. This game's coming to PCs and all consoles as well sometime next year. For those of you who remember the Unreal Engine 5 project, On Record, and the other one Bodycam, which we're going to get into both in a minute, we've got over here another Bodycam style first-person horror game or shooter as its developer's supposedly first work here, something called Lost Fragments. I mean, you might as well over here be looking at both a PT-inspired horror game and a next-gen shooter. Here's a short trailer. The game is coming to PCs only, we hear next year. Moving on to number 4, we have now finally on scene with an official page the previously announced Unreal Engine 5 Bodycam style first-person shooter, the game Bodycam, which is now also a multiplayer and made in the same style of a one-hit kill fighting game, where every bullet could be your demise. Now, Bodycam is coming to PCs only. It is actually available on mobiles through a demo. It's said to be coming out the next generation of consoles as well after its initial release. NCSoft went on and released a new trailer for Project M. I've mentioned this game countless times, or a few times at least. This is the action-adventure with what developers promise as an immersive, interactive experience at its core, then tagged by a lot of reviewers as a visual novel style adventure in the same style of Heavy Rain. Not my words, by the way. Currently, Project M is still yet to be given a full title, and under development with the Unreal Engine 5, it's set to be coming out of PCs and the next generation of consoles only.
And each choice you make will change your experience. The information that exists in the present reality determines how the world will unfold.
The poor child knows nothing of our ways. Let Home Tree be a refuge from your burdens.
Number 6, one of the greatest news you're gonna hear if you haven't already. After an entire year of wait, Ubisoft went on and announced Avatar Frontiers of Pandora again, said it will be coming out December 7 this year. That is for PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X only. Company the good words on what you've been missing out, AMD released some finished in-game footage showcasing some of the open world as well as all new engine technologies that have actually been using to make the game smooth on any computer available. Take a look.
You are starting to think like a Nazi. Now, we will teach you to ride like one.
Now Pandora is under attack again. I will not allow the RDA to destroy this land. This is my home.
The Na'vi will fight on your side against the RDA.
I am Na'vi, and I will protect Pandora. Sivako!
Coming up behind that, we have a game I've mentioned before, The Grass of Genesis. This is a survival-style action cinematic adventure, quite a bit inspired by the Tomb Raiders, or as people have been calling it lately, John Wick. and Lara Croft's little baby. What also then happens to be in the making for over 4 years, we hear. The game is coming to PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X at some point in the following year, and I'm not sure if it's legit. Recently, its developers have been partnering up with Sony. I don't know.
这群仿生人真难缠。我得去守住圣诞节。
14号，关闭升降机，别让他跑了。
升降机。
Should remain distinct. But after an ill-advised attack, Antea is killed, leaving her lover in solitude and profound despair.
Next up, we have Banished's Ghosts of New Eden. This is a narrative-driven action-adventure from Don't Nod and Focus Home. Same developers of Life is Strange series. Their new game over here is said to have taken inspiration from Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, a little bit of Bloodborne, and even Vampire, which is from the same company. Banished was actually announced earlier this year with a vague window. The game is now, instead of November, coming out February 13 next year onto PCs and next generation of consoles.
Carry substantial consequences that must be taken seriously.
Come no closer!
But who shall judge you, Banisher, when judgment time has come?
As they face life or death situations, will you hold them responsible?
You are no more.
Even if it means sacrificing their lives for their actions. Will you banish the souls of the departed, condemning them to suffer in the void, consumed by torment? Or will you choose to elevate these souls,
Go in peace.
freeing them from eternal sorrow, granting them serenity?
On the other hand, we have Focus Entertainment's latest game as well, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, one of the most anticipated in the list. If you don't know, these are also the same folks who previously made the Plague Tale games and the Evil West recently. Space Marine is, however, both an action-packed FPS, reminiscent of Gears of War, and a classic adventure in pace. It's coming after 12 years of anticipation since its original game for PCs and the next generation of consoles only now, by the end of the year.
Reload.
Brought here by the other Jan just because he didn't know how to fix his own shit.
Now, at number 10 is probably the most cinematic game, or at least the second most in the making. We have a story-heavy, decision-based adventure from the same developers of Frostpunk and the previous title, This War of Mine. sure most of you know this one, something called the Altas, which we've seen no legitimate gameplay of so far, but said to be wholly about what your decisions specifically do in your life without even noticing. I mean, what your subconscious really does. Just here, take a look. We have Alan Wake 2. You probably heard by now the game is releasing October 27 this year. That is on PCs and the next generation of consoles, and hopefully a few months later on past generation of consoles, but that's only hope. Remedy released about 12 minutes of new in-game footage. If you have missed it, here's some of it showcasing the ray tracing, 4K, Lumen, DLSS, and all the new hardware features it's been using. Alan Wake 2 is an action survival horror story-heavy narrative adventure following the series' formula and a more cinematic game in feel now. Number 12, it's the previously titled project Bodycam and now given a proper name on Record. This is a photorealistic first-person shooter body camera style that pretty much looks like the real shots and recorded footage, like the first few games in the list. On Record over here was also made with the use of Unreal Engine 5. Here you do play the role of a police officer, basically fighting crime. I remember the movie The End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal in it? It was technically that, but it's a game. Take a look.
Is Oscar.
Now, revealed again a month ago after like an almost year of wait, we have Project TH. In case you missed out on, this is a Splinter Cell inspired shooter but only in perspectives and a tad gameplay. This game is more of a cinematic experience, made to feel like a movie, then described by its developers as a story-heavy action, third-person shooter with some stealth elements. Project TH is now set to be coming out rather late 2023 or early next year.
also wanted to ensure that underneath the weirdness, we have rock-solid fundamentals, so we've redone most of our core gameplay systems.
I think I mentioned this one only once before, coming from Italy. Been a while since I've mentioned this one or seen anything remotely close. We have a Souls-like action RPG coming over by the end of the year, going by the name Aria, The Last Song. This one over here takes its set to take place in a world based on Italian culture and folklore, and adding a bit of a twist into Souls, which is a choice-driven, story-heavy in nature. In any case, this is how the game looks.
It wouldn't be an Unreal Engine 5 video without the obligatory nanite and lumen mention. The adoption of new pipelines allowed us to take full advantage of this amazing new technology and punch way above our weight, given our team size. Alongside the tech, we iterated on our art direction. We now use bolder colors, more dramatic staging, and a much greater emphasis on environmental storytelling to be more in line with the genre expectations while still staying true to our Mediterranean core. An excellent showcase of this is Quinta, our opening area, where we've tested out our new approach to really bring the City of Eternal celebration to life. We really can't wait till you can explore the diverse world of Aria, from the Mediterranean beauty of the Philesian shores to the secrets tucked away in the shadowy depths of its grandiose architecture. Bosses are the culmination of everything mentioned so far. From devastating attacks to awe-inspiring arenas, each boss hides a new secret and new exciting challenge to overcome. And like everything else...
The rest. Just fights to survive. The nightmares keep getting worse. Terrifying dreams become reality.
Number 15, we have New Berlin 87, mentioned it earlier in the month. This is a first and third person Unreal Engine 5 shooter, semi-open world shooter, and the next generation console exclusive. Formerly, we actually had a story trailer just introducing the IP, some new gameplay here. The story about this game is that it's some cyberpunk realm in which you play as a detective in the year 2087. Take a look.
Threat when corruption is in control. Maybe I can stop this city from falling into chaos.
Number 16, we have Microsoft's all-time famous exclusive new game of flight simulators. The sequel over here is simply called Flight Sim 2024. Probably the biggest game in scale in the list, adding many more maneuvers like aerial firefighting stuff, mountain rescues, skydiving, and even mid-air refueling. And of course, as you can see, better graphics. I mean, I don't even know how that's possible. This game's, here's a trailer, game's coming to PCs as always and to the Xbox Series X sometime next year. Number 17, we have Subliminal. This game is a real-time software ray trace horror puzzler based on the concepts of the backrooms. It is said to offer endless procedurally generated levels, some bleeding-edge technology on graphics, liminal spaces, weird entities, and a bit of a sense of something not quite right. This game is a puzzle exploration with horror elements. See what I mean? Anyway, it's coming to PCs only by the end of the year. And last but not least, as it's tagged by its developers based on Bernard Werber's bestseller, I only know the guy's writer, books, Empire of the Ants, we have a strategy colony sim ants game over here with the same name, coming from the same developers of the game 13 and an Agatha Christie that was on PCs, and the famous publishers Microids, so you could say it's in good hands. Anyway, here's a trailer. The game is coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles only, early to mid next year.